hard to look back now. Thank you, Nancy Harmon. That's a great old song. I love playing it. Let me see. Let me see. Welcome on a beautiful Tuesday evening. We broke all records of the North Carolina weatherman today. It was in the mid to upper 80s here today. And my. Summer's too soon. Summer's too soon. road. I know who holds my hand. Goodbye, world, goodbye. Well, thought I'd see if I could pick something besides some of the slow tunes there today. Arthritis is still there, but we battling and fighting with it. The old brain still works good. I'm 40% heart rate. Doctor says that's good for somebody my age to have 40% heart rate, and I have 40% of my hearing without hearing aids, hearing devices. My hearing is, over the years, has just gone down and down and down, but I still have brain power. I feel like I can do anything. The only thing, when my brain tells my body parts to do things, it thinks about it for a minute. And so I feel like sometimes I'm about to get down to about 40% of my picking of what I used to play. I haven't done a recording session in many years. I just don't know what it'd be like to do a guitar recording session these days. You forget a lot. Like I say, there's a lot of brain work involved there. Let's see who's jumped on the train tonight. Anybody? Let's see. Mary Steiner is watching you. Good, Mary. I hope you and Ray's doing okay. Evening. Have missed you the last couple of weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks ago was State of the Union, and I watched that myself. I wanted to watch it, but I was busy with bus stuff. We're in a bus conversion again, and so I was busy with that. And then it was State of the Union, and then last week we were on the road. We're in Tennessee. We left Saturday and went to Pigeon Forge, actually, to Gatlinburg, not Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. This time our pastor, Donnie Hartzog, normally puts us at Hampton Inn over at Newport, Tennessee. And this time he put us right downtown, and Gatlinburg was on the 4th floor there. And we spent 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Had service with Brother Hartzog on Sunday morning. Some of my favorite people, best friends in the world. They've been so good to us over the years. And we were with them. And then we went over Monday to Dollywood to the Dreammore Hotel. It's okay. I didn't have any dreams while I was there. Mattress was pretty good. I didn't like the parking situation. Like, they had to walk a long way from the parking lot to get to the room. The rooms are too far. They're too big. Everything's spread out. It was it was kind of dainty in a way, but drink more, drink more, honey. I don't know where your phone's at. Drink more is not a place that I would
Let me have yours.
put my vacation. Nothing wrong with Dollywood. You know, I bet Dolly. We spent time with Dolly back in the '70s, back in the windy days and all that. But Dollywood's okay. Dream more, but your phone.
Your phone.
My phone is over here. Let me see. Somebody's standing at the door here looking for a phone. And hang on, I'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned to this station right here. Don't go nowhere.
Find my phone.
That's my phone. You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
She's going to come in here and sing one of these Tuesdays. I don't know when it's going to be. It ain't going to be tonight. She's been shopping today. I asked her when where she went. She named off 3 places. I said, "This is enough. That's enough. Don't need any more." And but it's been 2 weeks. Like I say, we were driving back from Tennessee last Tuesday night, and of course we're home this week. Next couple of weeks, Sunday after next, we'll be at Wake Forest, North Carolina. That's not too far. Only about 100 miles, maybe. Where Brother Jesse Parrish, Crossroads Church. Brother Jesse was a friend of ours and an acquaintance back in the 80s. We went to his church in the late 80s. We've known him for 25, 30 years, 35 years. She wanted my phone to call her phone. Okay. And but we're gonna be with Brother Jesse Parrish. It's just kind of a visitation thing. We hadn't seen Brother Jesse in about 3 years. Both of us getting old together. But we're gonna have service with them there at the Church of the Crossroads on Sunday morning, and then we'll get something to eat. We're gonna visit with his wife, Sister Betty Parrish, is one of our dear friends. She watches a lot. She may be watching tonight. She's had some serious health issues. Almost died last year. Thank God she's still with us. She's a precious, precious saint. We'll get to see her. We'll look forward to that. And but anyway, we're looking forward to that. And then Easter's coming up real soon. That'll be Palm Sunday that we'll be with Brother Jesse. And then we'll be, a week after Easter, we'll be in Lexington, North Carolina. And Linda told me the folks that called who wanted to book a service, and I did not know the name of the church, but she told me it's in Lexington. Sister Linda's taking care of all that. And then we're putting together a trip down to Georgia probably. Got to go down and see my buddy, the mayor. He's having some issues with health that old age brings on. He's 84 now, and God bless him. He's had some serious illnesses, and we're going to go down and check with him. What did you say, Linda?
He's 87.
Did I say 70? He's 84.
84. He's 87.
I don't know what you're saying.
He's 86.
86. Okay. Correction. 86. I remember we celebrated his 80th birthday. Remember that? I'm glad I have a director in the next room. You know, that's like that little helper that sits in the car with you everywhere you go. How could you get away? If that little helper wasn't with me, I'd probably sit somewhere at a traffic light for 30 minutes, wonder where I'm supposed to go.
You would.
I said, I better get back to picking here. I've been interrupted. I was going to say hello to Dan Key. Hello, Dan. How you doing, buddy? I guess it's getting hot down the south side where you're at. Whew. But anyway, it's supposed to be 80s tomorrow. We're going to wash up and scrub the motorhome tomorrow, Linda and I. I've got to get it listed for sale. We're going to sell the motorhome and get it out of the storage lot. It's just costing money sitting there because we're dealing with the bus now. We've got the bus at the church, so that's a good thing. It's close by, like 3 miles away, and we're able to work on it, do some stuff. We're going to have the inside probably clean completely out by the end of this week if nothing happens. And if so, we'll be ready to start with the flooring. And then some framing, the electrical go in, and the plumbing for the bathroom and the shower, those things in the bed. And we'll have that thing. Donna has booked us at a rendezvous somewhere, her motorhome in Asheboro, somewhere at the zoo or something. in May around Mother's Day. And if I sell the motorhome, this bus is going to have to be at least ready to sleep in and watch TV or something. We'll see. We're going to see how it goes anyway. Well, let me hush my mouth and get back to picking here. Everybody likes this song. I talked to Ron Henson this past week. Wait a minute. I thought that was a lighthouse. I hit the wrong one. It said a light track. I talked to Ronnie Henson. I was on the phone with Big Bo, and Ronnie Henson jumped in on the conversation today. And we talked a little bit. I asked Bo, I said, who's this guy you got on the phone? I said, I heard he had written a song or two or was trying to get to be a songwriter or something like that. And Ron Henson spoke up in the background. He said, I wrote the rattlesnake story for Wendy Badwell. I thought that was the funniest line. I wish the world would hear that. It's the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. I wrote the rattlesnake song for Wendy Badwell. Ron Henson. He wrote this one. If it was for the lighthouse. Thank God for the lighthouse. Ronnie was inspired by the Lord when that one came out. That's for sure, for sure. Looks like my mic's down a little bit there. And they just jump up out of my seat, run over here and go bump, 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 bump right there on the old Yamaha mixer. You need to hear what I got to say. I want to say how much I appreciate you tuning in week after week, you faithful viewers. Some of you don't catch it on the actual live portion like we are right now. And then some of you pick it up. And I know it may be a little short on viewers this week. There's a thing about being out of sight, you're out of mind. And somebody says, well, you just do it every week after week. Well, I need to, because if I don't, people forget I'm here. And I don't want that to happen. I need to practice. I need to keep these fingers moving all they can. These fingers will be 79 years old this year. And I have played music with these fingers. I have made these fingers play. God has let these fingers work and move on the guitar since 1957. That's a long, long time ago. I was 10 years old. That would have been 68 years ago that I learned to play the guitar. Started learning. And so it's been a long journey. 68 years to learn to play the guitar, and I'm still learning. And like I said a while ago, I have forgot some, and that goes along with it. Steve Roberts, I'm glad you're enjoying it, buddy. It's good to see you. It's been a long time. It seemed like every time I go through Meridian, Mississippi, it's in the middle of the night, and I'd see you there in town going to work or coming from work or something. Steve Roberts working in the hospital in the medical profession. I think you're retired now, if I'm not wrong. I hadn't seen you in a few years. Hope you're doing okay, man. Good to see you on here. Well, let me see here. The old page I'm on says, here's somebody, who was it? Somebody said they liked the way I played this. What a song. What a song. Right. Happy Goodman's, Rusty Goodman, wrote that song many, many years ago. Well, I guess I better tune my cell phone out of here, and we'll be around 30 minutes and say goodbye. And God loves you. Love Him because He loved you first. That's the fact. That's the word. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever would believe on Him would be saved. The Bible says if we confess Him with our mouth, if we believe within our heart that He died on a cross, and was resurrected, He came to life again in 3 days. If we believe that and confess that with our mouth, we shall be saved. The Bible says, whosoever calleth on the name of the Lord shall be saved. I'm glad I was a shall. Many, many years ago, we had a revival meeting in a Storefront Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia in 1959. I was 12 years old, and the preacher preached. And I think Mom and Dad might have been the night Mom and Dad came back to the Lord, and I don't know whatever went on, but I went home that night. I remember well. We lived at 85 Moreland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, one of the busiest streets in southeast Atlanta. And our house, our kitchen, had a little bitty room. I don't know if it was a pantry or what, but it was my bedroom. I had my own bedroom. There was 5 of us kids, and I had my own place, my own little radio. We didn't have TV in every room back then. We had one, but just one. And but I had a little radio beside my bed. I used to listen to it at night. But I came home from church that night. I didn't listen to radio. My heart was troubled. There was a turmoil going on. And I remember I climbed out of that bed. I could remember it like it was last night. I got out of my bed and got down on my knees beside that bed, and I asked the Lord to come into my heart. And so that right there started the beginning of a long year of God taking care of me when I displeased Him so many times. I failed Him many, many times. You might say I was an unruly child a time or two. And I didn't go out getting drunk over it. I didn't do drugs, didn't do that kind of stuff. But, you know, if we don't do what God asks us to do, there's a penalty to pay for it. We don't know it, but it's there. And so there's a lot of things that might have been better. My life's been good. I've had a good life. I hope I've still got some left. But my life has been good. I've been blessed tremendously. I mean, physically, mentally, stuff. I mean, my Lord, how many people's had 5 Corvettes? That's an earthly blessing. But God has been tremendously good to me. He has been far more faithful to me than I have to Him. Sometimes I think, God, I'm so sorry that I have neglected you at the time, your word. I'm preaching to myself now. We need to pray more. We need to seek God more. And I thank God that He's been faithful all these years. Let's see, 1959, I'd have to get a calculator for that one. I was 12 and I'm 78. That was, 68 years ago? That's a long time. But all these years, God has been faithful. If you don't know the Lord tonight, or maybe somebody might be listening that you've been around church, you've been in church all your life, but your relationship with the Lord is not where it needs to be. My family members, my friends, anybody that's watching, that's just, there's any little thing going on in your life that you're a little concerned or displeased with, take it to God. Renew your relationship with God. He didn't walk away from you, that's for sure. He's took care of you. He's took care of me. I'm so glad of that. Thank the Lord that He said, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. So if you're a whosoever tonight, be a good time. Well, let me just play one more great song that I'm sitting here looking to see if it's on this page here. I may have to change pages. I got 3 pages of songs on here, and I've got too many iPads. That's another thing. Page iPads, I have 6 of them around here. That's a different one. All right, folks. God bless you. See you soon.
Thank you.